Somewhere along the line, you changed. You stopped being you. You let people stick a finger in your face and tell you you're no good. And when things got hard, you started looking for something to blame. Like a big shadow.
I watched the last video I uploaded on this channel, and I thought to myself, is that the way I want to be remembered on here? And the answer was definite no, not at all. But how did I allow myself to fall into that deep state of depression in the first place? It took me years to identify why I was feeling the way I was. But after much trial and error, I think I found the answer. It was because I had the wrong mentality. And that mentality nearly took me over the edge. It nearly sent me to the other side. But it didn't. As you can see, I'm still here. And let me tell you, I feel great. I feel okay. That's the good news. But looking at me compared to then, to now, wow, it's a total contrast. And do you know why I was feeling like that? I basically blamed everybody else for the way I was feeling. It was such a wrong move to do. I drove my friends mad. I drove my family mad. But really, the only person that was to blame was myself. It was down to me that I fell into that state. No other person but me, because I didn't do anything about it. I allowed it to happen. I was stuck in my bedroom, doing whatever, browsing on my phone, looking at social media, seeing what other people were doing, admiring what they were doing, and wondering, when am I going to get a moment like that? Well, if I was going to get a moment like that, I had to get off my arse and do something. Because I was feeling the effects of not doing anything to combat my mental health problems. And it took me a long time before I had to admit that I was having problems. My friends knew I had problems, but I never admitted myself that I had problems. And that in turn made the healing process delayed a lot. If I admitted that I was having problems a lot earlier, then maybe I would be addressing all of you a lot earlier. But here we are. We are at the end of a very strange year, to say the least. But I'm happy to say that I feel I'm going to come out of this situation on top. And I am ready to have the time of my life when all this ends. Because my mental health right now has been stimulated. And it's all because I made changes to my lifestyle. My lifestyle before I made changes wasn't very healthy at all. In fact, it was very self-destructive. I was on a one-way path and it was only going to lead to one outcome. And it wasn't a nice one. I didn't want that. None of my friends wanted that. None of my family wanted that. So I had to fight back. And I had to come out of it on my own. Because in the end, your friends can do so much. Your family can do so much. But in the end, I was the only one that could change it. I had to look after myself. I had to make the changes. The most important piece of advice that I've ever got from someone is always be you. Take every day as it comes, but look after number one. The most important piece of advice I have ever had from someone. And those words still ring true to me today, because I am completely focused on making myself happy instead of trying to make others happy at my expense. Because I think that is what I was doing before, admiring everybody else and not focusing on myself. It's no wonder my mental health deteriorated. However, after making changes and now looking after number one, I'm proud to say I'm going to come out on the other side, and when the whole situation around the world starts to stabilize, I'm ready to get out there and have the time of my life. Because in the end, like I said earlier, it is really only you that can change how you're feeling. In my case, it was me. Only I can change how I was feeling. So I got off my arse, got out, did something I enjoyed, and I've stuck to it ever since. Obviously, it's all on hold now, thanks to everything that's going on. But I've taken up something else to take its place until I can go back there and get all the aggression out, all the things that have stressed me out in my life that no longer matter. And that's another thing. I was worrying about things where I didn't need to worry about, really. Looking back, I didn't need to worry about those things, but I did, and that's a fact. And I can't escape that. But what I can do is live in the present and change the way I conduct myself. So, I sit here in a much better place, considering all the weird stuff going on right now. The things I'm doing right now are stabilizing my mind. The things I'm doing right now are like a form of therapy to me. That's another thing. My friends, some of my family members, they've always asked, why don't you go and see someone professional and talk about it? Well, to be fair, I never wanted to be honest. And basically what I'm doing right now, it's actually doing a lot of good for me. It's stabilizing my mind. I'm thinking more logically. I'm much calmer. And to tell you the truth, it feels bloody damn good. And it's such a relief. It really is. It's all about moving forward now. I'm sort of trying to build a mentality that is going to make me progress and be a better person along the way. I'm not there yet, but I will get there. And that's the main thing. I'm working on me, for me. Bottom line.